back. So, my friends, I'm calling it. I'm ready to call it. I was ready to call it last week, to be honest, but, I guess I wasn't able to explain it correctly, or I really didn't want to get into it too much, but now I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to rip on the Chargers. The season's dead. 2023 is dead. It's over, it's done, and we're gonna break down why. Also, the rest of the games of week 7, which was wild. It was freaking every single person's bets, just went out the window. And Eric just found out that the 49ers lost to the Minnesota Vikings. So we're gonna break all that down. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
So what's up, Eric? What's up? How do you feel about the news? How do you feel about the news?
I don't know what I'm more surprised about, that the 49ers lost or that Kirk Cousins won in primetime.
Dude, it was impressive, to say the least. But we'll get into it. Actually, we were just talking about right before the game, and Eric saw the score. I'm sorry, not before the game, before the show. Eric saw the score, and he was like, what? What?
Yeah, I just opened my fantasy because I just got back from work. I didn't have any time to look at the game or nothing. I was all of a sudden like, whoa.
What the hell? What is
Word?
this? Madness. This was a very bizarre weekend. It was a very bizarre weekend of football. Fun, but bizarre. But let's get into it. Mob Nasty, thank you for joining us. What's up? Darren Martinez, what's up, guys? Super hungover, need to sleep. I'll send my picks tomorrow. Fuck the Chargers. Yeah. No more needs to be said, David. No more needs to be said. But let's go through all of the games of week 7, because again, I don't care much about the other ones. I kind of want to rip into the Chargers a little bit, so let's just go through those really quickly. But before we get into that, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario SDW and at Super Dario World. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. It really helps me out. Also, Eric, how are the numbers looking for this week? How are we doing for our little league that we have going on? I know I did terribly. I did terribly. So
well, that's just the day of the week that ends in Y,
Yeah, because I don't know shit about fuck.
You do not know shit about fuck.
It's been well documented. Chuck Dominguez, thank you for joining us. But yeah,
I mean, we both had the Niners, so we were wrong. Mm-hmm. And no, everybody else had the Niners, so didn't have to change anything.
Even
there.
Stevens, all right.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Upset City.
Dario's at 56.
56, all right.
I had 5.
You're at 55?
Yeah, so I'm up to 60. God, who, by the way, he didn't roll for the Eagles-Dolphins game. Do you just want to roll now?
Sure. All right. Let me see. Away.
So he was wrong.
Away from here out. So
it's just 4 for the...
Away so you can... I'm just feeling what you're doing. What it feels to be alone and not but feels to be alone.
All right, I do have to give some shit to Gus Becerra. Because he was saying, he wrote down like, oh yeah, here are the expert picks for the week. You picked the Chargers, bruh.
Oh,
like,
there you go.
What the hell? You would have had a good week if you didn't do that.
Lost all his credibility. Completely.
I mean, he's still up. He got 5, so
Exposed.
He's at 66. He's 6.
No more credibility. But
he's 6 higher than me, so that's...
Holy shit, that's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, this is just a terrible season overall.
And then there's David at 53.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That guy had a great week.
Yep. Catching up.
He was a little behind.
Well,
he's at 43, though. Not bad.
Not bad.
And if we keep doing as we've been doing, so shitty.
Yeah.
He'll catch up in no
Dude,
time.
how many did I get this week? Out of what? 10, 12 games?
You got 4, bro.
Dude.
It's getting impressively bad.
At least I'm having a historical season too. Me and the Chargers were dead. We're just dead in the water, man. Holy crap, I've said it before, I don't know shit about fuck. But
I can't believe I got the Bears right.
That is madness. But let's get into it. All right, so let's break down Thursday Night Football. Jaguars against the Saints. Saints managed to lose that one. I don't know how. I thought they had the advantage, at home. Kamara was doing pretty good. But
Well,
yeah,
did you see the tight end who just straight up couldn't catch the ball in the end zone at the end, and that
yep.
just left?
And
I've
actually,
never seen a man so more like that guy. He should be on suicide watch because he was just on the sideline, like, oh no,
oh no,
it was all on me. It was all on me.
yep, it was 100% on him.
It was.
I don't get it. I mean, the Jaguars, you'd think they'd be a little jet lagged. You know, they just came back from London, but clearly not. Clearly, things are starting to work in Clown Town, so, you know, good on them.
Clown Town is very strange, but
honestly, they're probably the most unpredictable team.
well, I don't know about that. We're gonna get to this.
All right, so next we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing to the Atlanta Falcons. This one,
Not surprised. The Falcons always they're always able to.
they eke out close victories usually.
Yeah, they got a good kicker.
I'm surprised for Tampa Bay at the end. The defense just gave up all the yards in the field and they managed to kick a field goal and win, the Falcons. So, you know, good on them. I expect a little bit more from Tampa. I thought they were better. I thought they were, you know, clearly the best team in that division. Clearly I was wrong. So, all right, we'll see what happens next. And I think Atlanta now I think Atlanta right now is at the top of that division. So I guess it's still wide open. Next,
We shall see. That division is still a bit of a stinker, in my opinion.
it's still a massive question mark. Next, we got the Bears, just, you know, embarrassing the Raiders. Now, neither of these teams had a
What's that new guy?
Bagent. Let me see it.
Bajan, something like that?
Bagent, I think. Yeah, like agent but with a B first, like Bear Agent.
I actually wanted to watch that game because I got curious.
Dude,
He's pretty good.
yeah, I mean, he played good enough to win, and the running game showed up. You know, I've had the Bears running back all season, Herbert, and all of a sudden the running game shows up because the guy's injured. So there you go. The Raiders just suck. I mean, they were beat on every level. They were beat in the passing game. They were beat in the running game. They were beaten on defense. Everything just wasn't working for them. And
Let's show a little respect for them. They are a game over the Chargers.
That is true. That is a fact. So now I'm concerned.
We have well, not the same record because we have a bye week, but we have the same number of wins as the Broncos.
Yeah, it's pathetic. We'll get into it. Let's see. Chuck Dominguez de Tom Brady. The Bears beat the Gators. Gus Becerra, ¿qué pasa, chicas?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hola, muchacho. Let's continue. Next, we got the Colts in one of the coolest uniforms I've seen. I gotta tell you, not gonna lie. I'm digging
like the dark blue.
Yeah, I know the black helmet and with the blue horseshoe. I like it. I like the look. It looked pretty cool.
It looks way better than the white, in my opinion.
I agree. They look tougher. On a very close game with the Browns, extremely close game. This was probably one of the funner games to watch. Both backups, QBs, so you can only imagine what it would have been if they would have had their starters. There's something weird going on with the Deshaun Watson situation because he just keeps getting injured and not playing. It's bizarre. It was.
You think he's doing it on purpose?
Well, I thought before it was like they mentioned separate injuries. Like I think once was the shoulder, then kind of like the elbow. I don't know. It's weird, but
no, in this one it looked like the head because he just straight up fell like straight on his head.
I mean, I don't know, but
I'm also not a goddamn doctor.
Yeah, true. I know that it looked weird. Things are looking weird in Browns land. I'm not sure what's happening, but fun game to watch overall. I don't know what happened to the Browns defense or what happened to the Colts offense, but it was a close one.
The Colts got fucking robbed at the end. That was not a PI.
Sure.
That was not a PI whatsoever.
Listen, what do you want me to say? We can complain about the refs all season long.
And I will.
You know, okay, good. Let's continue. Let's see. Chuck Dominguez, Raiders deserve to lose every game. Gus Becerra, am I still whooping ass? Gus Becerra, Deshaun has no incentive, $230 million guaranteed. Yes, that is a problem. But again, this is an injury, right? So I can't put it on the same. His incentive not to get injured is, you know, not being injured. So, or you mean incentive to hurry back? I don't know. That division is still close. Every single team there is in the running. So I think there's an incentive enough for him to want to.
It's a silk sheets argument we got going on here.
Maybe.
Where it's like, well, I mean, he's got it pretty good, and it's a lot of guaranteed money.
True, but I don't know. We'll see. Next, the point is, fun game and really cool uniform. I want them to switch to this from now on. The Colts look pretty cool. Next,
I agree.
We got the Giants beating the Commanders. One of the few ones that I got right.
The Commanders just love breaking streaks.
They're the streak breakers, man. It's what they do. It's what they do. I didn't care to watch this game. I just watched the recap, and even the recap was boring. So, all right.
I was watching it because I like watching bad teams play.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, well, I mean, it kind of sucks when it's a good team against a bad team because it's just boring. You know, one team sucks and the other one dominates.
Okay.
And when it's two good teams, like, you know, Miami against the Eagles, okay, that's good, and a lot of good football happens. But there's a magic. It's like with trashy anime, you know? There's a magic there when it's two really shitty teams where it's like, anything can happen the most.
It's a roller coaster. Anything can happen.
Hey, you won't deny the most fun game of the season was Chargers Vikings, right?
I'll deny it. That's because I can't think of one off the top of my head. But I know that Jets Bills game, woohoo, exciting.
Oh no, but I mean the Chargers.
Oh, okay, fuck that. Yeah. Okay, maybe.
Because it's so unpredictable. You never know, because they don't know either, because they suck.
We got the Ravens making a statement, beating down the Detroit Lions. Whew. Dominating them on offense, defense, special teams, everything. This Ravens team looks like the best team in the league, except they're extremely
these damn birds.
Dude, they had issues in the red zone. Not on Sunday. They've got the most sacks in the entire league. What the hell happened to Detroit? They looked lost. They got embarrassed. They got underestimated.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Did they get cocky?
Dude, first off, the Ravens played phenomenal. They had not played on this level all season, but it's starting to make sense. Week 7, things are starting to click. That new receiver Flowers looking pretty good. OBJ starting to get into the game. Mark Andrews is still freaking unstoppable. Lamar Jackson, he's looking up pretty good in the pocket. So
that's a guy who's earning his paycheck.
Yeah. So again, now I thought that the best team in the AFC North was the Bengals. Not anymore. I mean, in fact, I think the Ravens are proving, at least against the Lions, one of the top 3 teams in the NFC. They showed that they can not only play with them, they can embarrass them badly.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even think it's close right now in that division. I think it's clearly the Ravens.
I mean, the Browns are close. It depends on the Deshaun Watson situation because the defense is so good, except this Sunday, but still good enough to win. With help from the Ravens.
And the Steelers always surprise somehow.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough division. That's probably the funnest. It would be the funnest division to watch if the Steelers game weren't so fucking boring. But,
that is a problem with them.
It is very problematic. Chuck Dominguez,
is it true? You guys keep winning, but I just don't care.
Is it true that the Native Americans want the Commanders to change their name back to Redskins? I've heard that's true, and I choose to believe it. So, actually, I know Native Americans.
And, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, one of our nephews, he's Native American. Are we Native American technically? I mean,
no, because he's from his dad's side.
All right, but Native Americans means that you have blood from people who are from the Americas, natives.
Yes, technically, if you were born in America, you are Native American.
No. I mean, we have Mexican blood. I'm sure we have Indian blood in somewhere. Like
if we are, Mexicans.
Yeah,
come from
we got
the natives.
Yeah, so
mixed with the.
Are we Native
Spaniards.
Americans too? Technically, just not from the U.S. from the Mexico side.
I'm not getting any casino money, so I don't think so.
Then it doesn't count. All right. Yeah. Fair enough. You know what? We're the type of Native Americans that built, pyramids. These Native Americans, they were like in tiki huts, so it's not the same. Is it called a tiki hut? Is that
I
right?
don't
I think
they are actually.
What's it called? Like a tent? I don't know. Like a tiki tent? What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is like a cone. You know the cone thing? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Anyway, the point is we built it with stone. Whatever. Next. I don't know how we got really sidetracked there.
We had the best empire out of all of them, right?
I wouldn't say it was a... you mean out of the Americas?
Yeah.
I mean the Incas.
But none was bigger than the Aztecs, right? And even then, the Incas were us.
The Mayans.
That's still Mexico.
I know, but you said what? The Aztec Empire.
No, I'm saying like out of all of the Native Americans, of all the Americas, the big, which one had the best empire? Got to be us, right?
Sure. You know what? Yes, I'll give it to you. Yes, the Aztecs. That's the one everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
We're in the history books. The Incas.
We didn't have those tiki
ask
stuff.
most people like, where were the Incas? They were like, I don't know. Fuck, I'm Peru. I don't know.
People must be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
What does this have to do with football? I don't know. The fuck is going on? This is actually a pretty fun game to watch, if you wanted to see the Ravens curve stomp somebody. But
it was pretty brutal.
It's a teepee. All right. Okay. Chuck Dominguez says it's a teepee. I was kind of close.
Close
teepee
enough.
tent. Yeah, it was close enough. Anyway, next. We got the Buffalo Bills. What the hell happened to the Buffalo Bills?
What the fuck?
Bill Belichick, still hating the Buffalo Bills, wanting to embarrass them. I don't know what the hell is going on, man. I don't know how Mac Jones kind of remember how to play football. Did he feel, like Bill Belichick, aiming a gun at him?
Did he feel his life actually at risk?
I think so. But, dude, what the hell's going on with the Buffalo Bills? Right? They are an avalanche. They look unstoppable at times, and then all of a sudden they lose to the Patriots. The worst Patriot team I've seen in a decade, maybe more, maybe in 30 years, maybe in the entire Bill Belichick era.
And they've had the Cam Newton years.
Exactly. So what the hell's going on? I mean, it was a divisional rival, whatever, yada yada, blah blah blah. Point is, you should not be losing that game. You should not. If you want to be a contender, this is why the Bills are not taking that. I don't take them that seriously. I don't think they can beat the Chiefs or the Bengals or the Ravens when it comes down to it, because they just lose very bizarrely sometimes. So
they're all bark, no bite.
Gus Becerra is asking, hey Eric, what's on TV? Because there's a TV behind you.
Oh, Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever, all right. And Chuck Dominguez says he's part Comanche, and Aztec. So he's double. He's double dipping. You're double dipping. You're Native American squared?
I don't know. Are you getting into that money though?
You're a Native Mexican.
You want to share that money with us Native Americans, fellow Native Americans?
Native Mexicans. That's how I'm coining that. Native Mexicans. I'm coining that right now. It's a thing. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals losing to the Seattle Seahawks, and I just want this to be out there. Fuck you, Jonathan Gannon. Fuck you, Jonathan Gannon, the head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, why? Not because he loses.
Wasn't it Nick Gannon?
It says there. No, Nick Gannon. He's the presenter. He's the dude who has like 20 kids.
Yeah.
I think he was with Mariah Carey. I don't know, but okay, but not with his wife. He's got a bunch of baby mamas. But Jonathan Gannon.
You remember that graphic they put when it was Joey Burrow against Phillip Rivers?
Yeah.
And it was like, number of yards completed. And obviously Phillip Rivers had a long career. So it's like thousands of yards versus, like, I don't know, 50 or something. And then it said like number of kids and Joey Burrow, 0. Yeah. Phillip Rivers, 9.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the point. Fuck you, Jonathan Gannon. Why? Because Keontae Ingram, supposedly the running back one after James Conner, left with an injury. He's an injured reserve. Did not touch the ball on Sunday. Now, for losers like me who had James Conner and got injured and thought, hey, well, we'll get the number 2 guy because they're running the ball. They tend to run the ball. You would think it was a smart pickup, but no, because the dude wasn't even on the field. He didn't touch the ball. So fuck you very much. Now I don't know what the fuck to do with that team because they're running the ball. Obviously not good enough because they lost. If they would have used a running back one, maybe they would have won. Who knows? But fuck you.
You still won in fantasy. What are you crying about?
I wanted to win by more. Anyway, that's my point. But yeah, Seattle Seahawks win 20-10, divisional win. Good on them. Next, we got the Steelers eking out a victory against the Rams. Now, this game was somewhat interesting to watch. The Rams
did not make that first down.
Yeah, whatever. The point here is the Rams have superstars and nothing else. Like Aaron Donald is on an island. Cooper Kupp, Pakua, and Stafford, they're really good, but then it's just them. So it's a team that's lacking. They're playing good enough to be to, score points on the Steelers, who have a solid defense, one of the best in the league. But still, you can tell that, oh man, they have great coaching, but they lack the rest of the team. They lack all the B players. So they have A players and C players. They lack all the B players. And it sucks because, they're really well coached. I mean, that was a close game. Really close. And if it wasn't for, freaking TJ Watt just being freaking unbelievable, they maybe could have eked it out. But, sucks for them. But the point here is...
bad refereeing and...
The point here is, I thought the Rams were, like, dead for the next 5 years. Maybe they're only 1 or 2 seasons out. Maybe their rebuild is not going to be as crazy as we thought. Because
they're not going to have any picks for, like, until 20...
There's free agency. There's other things they can do. So it's all a matter, I think, of getting some money.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they keep winning, players are going to want to go there naturally because it is still an LA team. Like, that's still a huge market.
It's still the LA team. But
people have been going to freaking New York teams for years, and they've sucked.
True. But let's see. LG boy, the season ain't over yet, but we need to get rid of Staley. The season's over. I'll explain. Check the Mingus. I wish I had casino money. Gus Becerra, pick up Kyler. Is he coming back? Look it up. Look up if Kyler's coming back. So, you know what? He might be back. But, you know what? Kyler might be back, but he might not play. He might just be on the sideline the entire game. He might be like, oh, yeah, he's healthy. But Jonathan Gannon, why isn't he playing? Because fuck you, that's why. Fuck you, Dario Gonzalez.
Sure
that's why. Him specifically. Me. This was done to affect me. So
listen, the question of who's going to win the Tank Bowl is much more difficult than who's going to win the Super Bowl at this point.
Listen, the Panthers are making a pretty solid case. But let's continue. Chuck Dominguez, my great-great-great-grandfather was a Comanche and migrated to Mexico and married my great-great-great Mexican grandma. All right. Fair enough. Okay, now it makes sense. But let's continue. Let's continue.
This is from ArizonaSports.com, so they're the guys.
If they don't know Arizona sports, who does? Nobody.
What else do they have?
Where do we go? It's like,
aside from Arizona Tea, which I don't think it's from the Arizona.
I think it is.
Arizona Cardinals will likely wait to activate Kyler Murray.
Wait for what?
Until he's fully ready to return. What was it, a torn ACL?
Until it's a guaranteed tank?
It's just was what it says. The Arizona Cardinals will likely use the full 3 weeks of ramp up before activating quarterback Kyler Murray.
All right. Let me see. They're saying Gus Becerra saying that SoFi was empty this week, full last week. So, all right, take that for what you will. I guess
last week it was full of Cowboys fans.
Of course. This week it was just Rams Steelers, and I don't know. Chargers played in Arrowhead, so I don't. Anyway,
and that stadium was full.
Yeah.
I only saw one Chargers fan, which was that funny Asian lady.
Yes. Next. Speaking of
who people still think is a plant.
The Charge. Oh, she's definitely a plant. All right. So
I saw the interview. I'm not convinced.
Chiefs and the Chargers. Chiefs beat them 31-17. Not a surprise that the Chiefs won, to be honest. In fact, I'm pretty sure I picked them to win because the Chargers are a bunch of losers. But it's time to explore just why they're such big losers. Because it doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, the first half of the game, Patrick Mahomes had a historic game. The first half, he put up numbers that he's never put up. He had a career half in what has been a career season, in what has been a career. So
did Travis Kelce.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, Travis Kelce was just always empty in the middle. He was just down in the middle, empty. And so I've been complaining about this.
I'll bring you a little secret, actually.
All right, what's the secret?
I turned off this game in the fourth quarter.
You already knew this. You already knew the score.
You know why I did it?
For your.
I literally called every play.
Okay.
The Chiefs are gonna make
run, long pass, run.
If it was ever third and long, it was two options.
Yeah.
Kelce in the middle, or Mahomes is gonna scramble, and then he's just gonna easily just run 10 yards. No one's gonna get to him.
No.
And it's like, okay, they're gonna get a first down. Kelce down the middle. The Chargers are not going to do anything if they get like a turnover or something. It's going to be like a 3-and-out. Why am I bothering with this? Like, why?
Listen,
why am I? Why?
Listen, I've made this point a million times, and I'll say it again. I don't know shit about fuck. All right, I'm an idiot, and if I know what you should do better than you do, you're fucking retarded. All right, you should not be a defensive coordinator. You should not be the head coach who's supposedly a defensive genius. If I know that you need to double team Travis fucking Kelce, the elite receiver, one of the elite tight ends in the history of the league,
Maybe the best of all time.
In the middle, yeah, in the middle of the field, and you don't deserve to have a fucking job in the NFL. That's it. And I mean, even as a fucking water boy, you should not have a job in the NFL, right? If you don't know that it's always going to go for Kelce in the middle of the field, fucking hitch route, you do not deserve to have a job in the NFL. It's even more insulting that you're the head coach and supposedly a defensive genius. You've given up historic games to several players. Now, freaking Tua had a historic game. Hill had a historic game. Kelce had a historic game. But Mahomes had a historic game. Everybody and their mother is having historic games against the Chargers defense. The defense, by the way, is apparently the most expensive defense in the entire league. So it's not like you haven't invested in talent. What you're lacking is a fucking brain. You have a head coach and a defensive coordinator who have the IQ of a toad, right? They're fucking morons. They're fucking retarded. And again, if I know more than you and I don't know shit about fuck, if I could have stopped Travis Kelce by simply saying, hey, block him down the fucking middle, and you couldn't figure that out in 3 fucking quarters. I mean, they did it in the 3rd quarter, but what fucking ever. You do not deserve a job in the NFL. You do not. Why this man hasn't been fired is because the Spanoses have no money and no fucking cojones, right? They're a fucking joke. They know that their franchise is a fucking joke and they don't give a fuck. They just want to take your fucking money because fuck you, all right? That's why I don't go to their games. That's why I don't buy their merch, because fuck them. They just want your money and that's it. They don't care about winning. You think they care about? No, they just care about buying whoever the cheapest person they can get off the fucking street and be like, ah, yeah, the fans are so fucking retarded. They'll keep coming here. They'll keep giving us money. So fuck them. Fuck you. And I still haven't gotten into the reasons why the season's done. I mean, it should be pretty obvious. They got a record that's on par with the fucking Denver Broncos, right? Denver Broncos, who are having a historically bad season, right? Extremely bad. Disgustingly bad. But, you know, the Chargers have all the talent in the world, right? And they didn't change much of their personnel. I mean, they got rid of freaking Drew Tranquil, who ended up getting the final sack of the game, who ended up, you know, kind of destroying them, but whatever. They have a star quarterback who right now, fine, his finger's broken. I get it. Herbert didn't play well. He hasn't played well the last 2 games. Well, he's had a broken finger the past 2 games. That's still not an excuse. You still lost all the other games before that you should have been closer at, right? Every single thing was set up for you. You got him the first round. Your first round draft pick is a whiff. He hasn't appeared. You lost one of your star wide receivers, and your first round draft pick is a wide receiver. Supposedly he should step in there. You're not throwing the ball to him, which means either he's not good enough or you don't trust him enough. So what was the fucking point of wasting that fucking pick? You know what? Fine. You wasted a wide receiver, whatever. You would have gotten, I don't know, a safety or a corner. You're still not going to be in the right position. You're still not, if you would have drafted I don't know, Christian Gonzalez, you wouldn't have double teamed Travis Kelce down the middle because you're a fucking moron. You can have all the talent in the fucking world. It's worth shit. It's worth dick if you don't put them in the right positions. The players look lost. How many flags did they have in the last game? How many fucking flags in key moments? They're not prepared to play. They don't look prepared to play. They don't look happy to be there, right? Everybody there is at fucking work, right? They're not having fun. They don't care about Staley. They know it's fucking lost. They already know it. They fucking know it. They may be playing for their stats or whatever, but they don't care about this, man. They don't care about this fucking franchise. They're just there for a fucking paycheck, and you can see it. Nobody's giving any extra effort. Where the fuck's been Derwin James for the last few games? Nothing. Just, you know, getting flagged in the worst possible fucking moment. When's the last time freaking Joey Bosa had a sack? I don't know. Maybe it's because you can see it on his face. He's like, oh, this is work, you know, I'm just... Fuck them. Anyway, let me see. Read some of the comments here.
Well, so I mean, first, I got three things. One, I like toads, so I don't appreciate you insulting them by comparing them to Brandon Staley.
Fair enough. I apologize to the toads.
Yeah. Two, the sandwich is really good. Thank you for asking, Gus. I also agree. Dario needs to show more emotion. He's holding back too much.
I know, man. Sorry. Let's see.
And the main one, I officially hate Tony Romo.
Oh, why do you hate him?
Did you not hear him praising?
Oh, the adjustments.
Brandon Staley.
The adjustments, yeah.
A defensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was making fun of him in the first half, saying like, "Oh, all these yards, blah blah." And then at the second half, I saw that he marked like, "Well, there's a hole here and there's a hole here." Like, "Oh, well, they adjusted, blah blah blah." Like, sure.
No, he was saying like in general, like, you have seen like his he's got like a raspy voice. Well, you see, Jim, he's really shown his growth as a defensive minded coach, and they've improved a lot on the running game. Although he kind of did like a backhanded thing where it's like they've improved on the running game, but unfortunately that means that sometimes the passing game that catches them off guard.
By the way, to clarify, improved on the running game does not mean they're good on the running game. That not even close. But let me just go through the comments here real quickly.
They've gone to the average.
Yeah, let me just go through this real quickly. Chuck Dominguez, what would happen if Kelsey gets injured? Gus Becerra, Tay dumps him. LG boy, can we please skip the Chargers review? Can't score in the second half for the last two games. It's so frustrating. Gus Becerra, we're masochists. Chuck Dominguez, try to have one of the most expensive QBs and coach and the NFL and suck. LG boy, okay. Try having one of the most expensive QBs and coaches in the NFL because he's a Broncos fan.
He's a Broncos guy, yeah.
And suck. LG boy, that 3rd and 15 defensive play when the Mahomes ran for the first down had me yelling at my TV. Why?
Also, you got a Super Bowl in the last decade. Come on.
You've had a Super Bowl, period.
Yeah.
Gus Becerra.
I have no sympathy.
How's that sandwich, Eric? Gus Becerra, Dario needs to show emotion. Chuck Dominguez, Dario's mad. I am. I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset, first off, for the players. Honestly. Well, I mean, obviously, my dad's a fan, and he inherited that onto me, so now I'm a fan, kind of. I honestly, if the team got sold tomorrow and they changed their name and they changed cities or whatever, I wouldn't really give much of a fuck, but whatever. I'd be like, whatever.
But sports fandoms, they're like, they're genetic diseases.
When I worked in radio, I got to meet some of the Chargers players. And those are really nice dudes. I got to meet Phillip Rivers. He's really nice. I worked with Nick Hardwick for a really long time. So, you get a little bit extra invested. As those players left, I'm like, I don't care as much anymore. But then they got Herbie in there, and I like Herbie. He's an extremely talented player. He's really fun to watch, and they're ruining him, right? They're ruining him. Now, again, the last 2 weeks, he has not played well. That leads me to think
his hand is for like his finger is.
This leads
broken.
me to think that the finger thing is way worse than we thought. It's way worse. They try to play it off, the bye week and all that stuff. That finger is not looking good. And the way
you gotta keep. And I mean,
wait. Let me finish. And you also have to keep in mind, not only is the finger not 100%, they've been trying to kill that man on the field, right? So he's been running for his life. So just think about this. Your finger is broken, right? We assume the level of pain was 5, 6, maybe 7.
It looks broken. It's like fractured, right?
It looks like it's probably an 8, 9, 10, right? So you ever heard about time being relative? So like if you put your hand on a hot stove for a second, it feels like an hour. But if you hang out with a hot woman for an hour, it feels like you can tell that his timing is off. You can tell that he's pressured. So when you're in pain, things feel a lot faster than that. Your adrenaline is way higher and stuff. So I think the hand thing is way worse than we thought, and it's really affecting him. You can tell it on the field. Will he get better anytime soon? I don't know. Who knows? But
he can't hold the ball the same way.
It's like it was compound.
He's saying getting sacked and you're falling and you got to put your hands there and it's like that's gotta suck.
They're saying it was a compound fracture, but
okay.
Put aside the fact that Herbert's not playing well. Just put that aside. Yes, it's a given. 2 games, not playing well. The other games, he had freaking historic performances sometimes. But these last 2 games, he wasn't playing well. The play calling. 3rd and 5, and they run the fucking ball. Running it 3 times in a row and not getting a first down. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck was that? And Kellen Moore, supposedly this third, they brought him because in the 3rd quarter, he scored all these bunch of points. It's not working. Whatever it is that he's doing isn't working. Quentin Johnson, as I mentioned before, isn't working, right? He's a whiff so far. Palmer did okay, fine. But Palmer was supposed to be your number 3 guy, number 4 guy. At this point, I want Guyton to come back so they can bench Quentin Johnson. He's not doing anything. All right, supposedly maybe they're using him to attract attention or whatever. It's not working, right? Because everybody else is still covered. And they're not running the ball, and they can't do anything. And everybody knows what they're going to do. So they don't make second half adjustments. They don't make second quarter adjustments. So when a good head coach goes into the locker room, they kind of figure out what they were doing, and they adjust. And the Chargers are like, we'll just keep doing the same thing. I can almost guarantee you what happened. Hey, Kellen, we were moving the ball pretty good in that first half. What do you think we should do for the second? Well, we should keep doing the same thing. And then you look like a fucking moron because you can't move the ball for shit. Because the other team made an adjustment. You didn't. Because you're an idiot.
I heard on commentary the name Marty Schottenheimer a bunch. So maybe Kellen Moore was listening to that and he got confused and he thought we had LaDainian Tomlinson.
Maybe.
You know? So maybe he was like, oh, shoot, we got to start running this ball.
Dude,
I think that was actually the point where I turned off the game, when they just ran it 3 times and to no avail and just 3 and out. And it's like, guys, I appreciate a run game. I really do. I love having a run game going, you know?
Yes.
I love, that freaking hammer the defense down. I love it. Why the fuck are you doing this when we're behind and we need the clock to stop?
You know what I miss? I hated it last season, but I'm actually missing it right now. And there was one play that really let me know, like, dude, we need this. Those little dink and duck plays out, the little exit to Eckler that freaking Justin Herbert did all last season because he was the only dude open, or they called the plays that way. There was a play where Herbert was getting sacked and he threw the ball to Eckler. Eckler ran like 15 yards like it was nothing, like in a second. So I'm like, do more of those.
Eckler's not doing anything with his new offense.
Yeah. So Eckler's apparently pretty good pass catcher, Use him like that a little bit. Now, I'm not saying a lot. A little bit, A little bit. Change it up.
You can do both.
Good. You've been figured out by the defensive coordinator twice. 2 weeks in a row. You need to fucking change it up. You need to do something different. And it's not like you don't have the players. It's not like you don't have the QB. Again, bad game for the QB. Sure. But you need to change it up. Something's not working. Kellen Moore, you need to do better. But let me see.
I'm still willing to give Kellen Moore more of a chance, but I'm done with Staley.
I'll get into Kellen Moore. I'll get into the catch, because that's the reason why I think the season's done. I don't get why you are Chargers fans when they're not from San Diego. Well, you just need to understand. All right, here's the thing. My dad my dad's the Charger fan. He's never lived in the same city that the Chargers are. He was a fan. I don't know why, but he was the fan. I think it's the game that he could see on TV, but he's never lived in the same city as the Chargers. So to him, it was like, well, they go to LA, they stay in San Diego. I don't care if I've never lived in the same city, so I don't care. I'm still gonna be a fan of the team. So
I also been a Padres fan, so San Diego.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. Like I'm a fan because of my dad. Gus Becerra, every time he gets talked, he's holding his hand up to make sure he doesn't hit it. It's always on his mind. He gets tackled, I'm assuming. Herbert, yeah. LG boy, yeah, I want Guyton to get healthy. We need that deep threat. Johnston ain't working out. So here's the problem, and this is why I think the season's pretty much done. And the problem, as we've said several times, is Brandon Staley. It comes from the top. Players do not look ready to play. The defense does not look ready for the teams that they're playing. Again, the man is too fucking stubborn to decide, hey, we'll have somebody to block Travis Kelce in the middle. Or too stupid. Whatever.
Well, if we want to be fair and go deep into it, the problem is Dean Spanos.
Sure, but right now, the people on the field. We're talking about whoever's on the field. And Brandon Staley is clearly not good enough for this job. He's not, right? Again, you can't be a defensive head coach and have one of the worst defenses ever. Again, players, Tua and Mahomes are having historic games against your defense. That should not be happening if you're a defensive head coach. If
You're welcome, by the way.
If it was a defensive coordinator, he should have been fired. Fired a long time ago. But whatever. Spanos's supposedly, the conspiracy theory goes that they brought in Kellen Moore to maybe take over the job from Brandon Staley when he gets fired, if he gets fired, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't like Kellen Moore particularly. I don't think he's done a particularly good job. Not good enough to be a head coach yet. Well, now maybe it's because it's Brandon Staley still there. It's still his game plan, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Maybe. But I don't particularly like him. So I actually want him to be the interim head coach because I don't like him. And let me explain. Because one, Brandon Staley gets fired. Good. He should have been fired a long time ago. 2 seasons ago. It was clear from the beginning. The job, he wasn't ready for it. But if Kellen Moore works as the interim head coach, we will see if he's any good or not. We'll have the opportunity to see, this is your audition. Let's see.
Like a free test.
Let's see what we got here. Now, I don't think he's going to be good enough. And so, by having him audition for the rest of the season's already lost, all right? Anything you do, it's money in the bank. You're playing with the house's money at this point. Because again, the Chargers, even if they make it to the playoffs, which I doubt at this point, they're not beating the Dolphins, they're not beating the Bengals, they're not beating the Bills, I don't think they can even beat the Patriots. They're not beating the Ravens, they're not beating the Steelers, they're not beating the Browns, they're not beating the Chiefs, they may not even beat the Bears next week. All right? They're not beating anybody.
I'm looking at next week's games and I'm like, I don't even know if that's a move at this point. I think that's just a coin toss.
Yeah. So if you have Kellen Moore audition and you see if he's good, great. Phenomenal. They could go on an 11-game run and impress everybody. But if he's no good, that means that he's eliminated from the fucking conversation of being the head coach next season when Brandon Staley's gone. And the thing that worries me right now more than anything is that the fucking retarded Spanoses are going to be like, no, we're going to keep Staley for the rest of the season, fire him at the end of the season, and then hire
the next guy.
No, and then hire Kellen Moore because, well, he's already in the building, and so we already have him here, so it's going to be a cheap option. And so that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of Staley staying on the rest of the season, and on the offseason, they just immediately hire Kellen Moore. They don't even look at anybody else. I've said it for years. They should go get Jim Harbaugh. Pay him whatever the fuck he wants. This team needs a Jim Harbaugh. A crazy person. A hard ass. Somebody who's going to make you run through fucking walls for him because people come to the Chargers to fucking retire. Right? That's what they're known for. I've seen it my entire life. We got a big free agent signing, blah, blah. They come here to fucking retire. They take the money and they leave. Perfect example. J.C. fucking Jackson, who did shit. He did squat. Jacoby Myers. Everybody and their mother who comes. Kendricks hasn't done shit. All right.
To be fair, we've probably had Jacoby Brissett at this point as well, because I think he's been in every team.
Maybe. Mac, unless it's the Raiders, not looking too impressive, right? Everybody just comes here to fucking retire because they know the Chargers are a joke. Because the fans do not hold the team accountable. Because they know that the freaking owners aren't going to fire them because they're too fucking cheap, right? They know it. They fucking know it. And so the season's done. The only good thing that could happen is if they lose against the Bears, they fire Brandon Staley, Kellen Moore's the interim head coach. He either sucks or he's good, but at least we know if he's in the conversation or completely eliminated of being the head coach next year, because it can't be him. It should not be him. So give him an opportunity to fail. All right? Give him an opportunity to succeed. He'll probably fail because, we've seen his play calling, and I'm not particularly impressed. But maybe the issue is not the play calling. Maybe it's the culture, because that culture is sick. That locker room is sick, and you can tell. Nobody has their heart in it. Everybody's at work. And it's not even a fun job. It's like people who go to work at Google. It's like people who go to work at a restaurant. You ever been in the middle of a shift at a restaurant where everybody just kind of hates being there, but you're just there for the money? That's what they look like, right? It doesn't even look like they're, whatever, we lost. You don't see it. Now, it sucks when they're embarrassed, but because egos, but they don't care. And it's a culture thing. And it's because they've given up on Brandon Staley because Brandon Staley is a moron. And there's a lot of people with a lot of really high football IQs on that field who look at this guy and you're like, we're running it on 4th and 1 on our 20? Are you fucking stupid? Why don't we just punt? The other team doesn't have any freaking timeouts. The fuck are you doing? So they have no respect for him.
Because our defensive-minded head coach doesn't believe in our defense.
They have no respect for a head coach, and so they don't play for him. Anyway, let's continue here.
Let's move on. I've lost all faith for this season.
Yeah.
I just hope Herbie still makes me points for fantasy.
They're done. They're over. It's done. The only good thing is if they fire Staley, but they won't. So it's done. Yeah, I want I moved to LA in 2011. This is Gus. I moved to LA in 2011. The Chargers followed me. Telesco needs to go too. Bottom line is the Spanos need to sell the team. Yes. And you know how the Spanos sell the team? Don't give them money. Don't go to their games. Don't buy their merch. Don't watch the games on TV. Watch them, the yo-ho way, right? Don't give them any money whatsoever. Don't buy a sticker. Don't go to the training camps. Don't do anything. Make a fucking statement. And the statement is, we won't put up with your shit anymore. You don't deserve it, right? You don't deserve Herbert. You don't deserve Bosa. You don't deserve anything. You don't deserve our money. So fuck you, but with your fucking money. Don't go.
Us Charger fans, we're so few that actually per capita, our actions might actually have an effect.
Yes.
Like
honestly,
a disproportionate effect.
You want to hurt them? We can hurt them. Don't go to their games.
15 of us,
Yeah. Don't go to their games. None. Don't buy their merch. Don't go and buy a beer there. In fact, you can go to a bar. That really won't affect them. But just don't give them money. Nothing. Nada. Make them bleed. Make them bleed money. And eventually they're going to be like, fuck, we need to sell this team because we can't afford it. Right? We can't afford the rent here. We can't afford anything here. Stop giving them money. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve you. All right? You might be a total piece of shit human being. You might not know shit about fuck like I do, but you deserve better. You deserve better than the fucking Chargers. Even the Raiders fans deserve better than the fucking Chargers, right?
Ooh.
Even Travis Kelce, that giant piece of shit, deserves better than the Chargers, right? Everybody.
Gus is asking, can I still play with the Chargers on Madden?
Just don't buy Madden. Don't. I talked about this last week. I haven't bought a single... I love Madden. I haven't bought a single Madden game that has the Chargers in LA. Because I'm not giving them any fucking money. None.
My Madden 2015,
they don't deserve
it's the same game.
Yeah, it's always the same game. You know what? If it's in the... What is it? Game store? What is it?
GameStop?
No. Because Xbox has like this thing, Game
Pass.
If it's on Game Pass, I'll allow it. But I'm not happy about it. I want that to be perfectly fucking clear. But yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
Telesco, he's whiffed on a few. Usually it's the first rounders. Remember, what's the dude who almost killed Herbert, who's now in the Raiders, and he got ejected from the game? That dude, Telly? No.
Oh, God.
Tillery. Jeremy Tillery.
Yeah, Tillery.
Whiff. First rounder, whiff. Quentin Johnson, looks like a whiff. So the dude needs to do a better job at first round. That's all I'm saying. But he hit on Herbert. He hit on on Bosa. Derwin James.
He got lucky with Herbert. We were gonna go with Tyrod.
Sure. But anyway, let's continue. Let's move on because again, Chargers are a piece of shit and they're gonna lose and they're done. They're not going anywhere this season. Might as well just not waste your fucking time. So let's continue. The Broncos beating the Packers,
Packers stink.
Dude, Jordan Love doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it.
Come on, it's still his first year.
You could tell it's not his first year. He's been in the league for a while.
I mean,
as a starter against the Broncos. Against the Broncos defense,
maybe they're coming alive.
Listen,
maybe
you could tell that
Give
Russell
Chuck
Wilson.
A little hope, damn it.
You could tell that Russell Wilson lacks confidence. He still has some talent, but he's lacking confidence. Jordan Love, I don't see any confidence whatsoever. None. Not in the play calling. Not in the way nothing. So I think the Packers
they freaking suck in the first half.
I think
they do a lot of comebacks, but
I think the Packers have peaked. I think they peaked. But, you know, I don't know shit about fuck, so what does my opinion matter anyway? Next.
Good for the Broncos, though. Good for you, Chuck.
Sure. Next, we got one of the most anticipated games of the season. The Philadelphia Eagles hosting with a disgustingly ugly uniform, hosting
awful,
the Miami Dolphins on what seemed to be a close matchup until it wasn't. Clearly, Miami, same thing that happened with the Bills. They have a lot of superstars, but they're still young and they're still lacking depth. And at the end of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles are overall solid. Overall. So it was just a matter of time, and they were able to slowly but surely take them down. And it sucks because, you know, at points it was a fun game to watch. It was interesting, but clearly they're not on the same class yet. Miami I think they still need one more year, maybe two, and to be extremely scary, which is saying something because they're already kind of a dangerous team right now. But I think we haven't seen their peak yet. They're just not on the same level as a team like the Eagles right now. So, there you go.
The Eagles were something else, but I really enjoyed this game.
By the way, here's a fun fact. According to Gus Becerra, we drafted Palmer instead of St. Brown. Yep. Chuck Dominguez, we won.
Why do I say that? We would have wasted St. Brown.
Yeah, true. So. Chuck Dominguez, O-line did their job. Yeah, you know, good on them. Good on the Broncos. Next, final game of the week, Monday Night Football. Kirk Cousins winning on primetime. Primetime Cousins. It was an interesting game. I wouldn't say the 49ers played bad last week, right? They did not have a good game. This week, yeah. I wouldn't say they played bad. It's just the Minnesota Vikings were on it, man. They were on it. They were playing like I haven't seen them play in forever. Addison, the wide receiver, that boy good. He's a Wookiee wide receiver. You think the Wookiee. He's the rookie wide receiver.
I was going to let that one go.
So him and Jefferson, dude, that team started to look scary. So it looks like Minnesota's starting to get their shit together, which is, you know, good on them.
Like I said, I didn't watch the game. Was McCaffrey back or nah?
Yes, McCaffrey was back. Devo wasn't yet. But that wasn't it. That wasn't the issue. The Minnesota played extremely well. Sure, Purdy had a couple picks at the end, which ended up costing them the game. But most of the game, he played really solid. It's just the Minnesota Vikings came to throw down. And throw down they did. And they managed to close out the game pretty solidly. So good on them. Again, primetime. This is primetime Cousins. And
dude trying to get that trade value.
He looked extremely... all right, G-boy, Kirk Cousins was throwing dimes. I agree. Like, he looked like we haven't seen him play maybe ever. And against the 49ers defense. The 49ers defense, they could not stop the Vikings. Again, that boy Addison, he good. Miami looked...
Kirky boy.
Miami looked lost, and yeah, Eagles are going to Super Bowl.
I would love it.
Maybe. Gus Becerra, Purdy's playing like a 7th-round pick. He looked solid most of the game. It was that final quarter when they asked him to do more than he had to, and he just couldn't do it. So most of the game, I'd say he was fine. I wouldn't say he was great. I'd say he was fine. Final quarter, not so much. So let's continue. Next on our picks. We're going to do our picks. Are you ready to write them down?
I got the picks right here.
You got the picks right here? All right.
I got the picks right here.
We're doing week 8, and we got the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. We got the Buccaneers visiting the Buffalo Bills. Now, I don't know what the fuck the Buffalo Bills are, man. I do not know. They seem to be at times the most dangerous team in the league. At other times, they were beaten by the Patriots. So, Bucks.
Right, but also, what the hell are the Bucks?
Exactly. Know? I don't know. This is literally a coin toss. So just cause it's a short week, give me the Bills at home. Give me the Bills at home. That's the only reason, because it's a short week. And
I'm doing the same, and only because, if they're a hot and cold team, then
it should be the hot
time
week
for them to be hot, right?
Sure, they're due. Away.
All right.
All right.
Next one.
Next, we got the New York Jets visiting the New York Football Giants.
The New Jersey Bowl.
Yep. Your turn. You go first.
Oh, God. The Giants actually played out like freaking... What was the quarterback? Was it Tyrod, actually?
I think so.
Yeah, I watched that game. They did all right. Jets, they had a bye week, didn't they?
Yep. Is
Man.
Aaron playing? Is Aaron playing?
No.
Will he be
Stupid
on
question.
Will he be on the field? Yeah,
That is possible.
It was Tyrod Taylor. Yeah.
Man, I mean, there's technically no home team, right? I'll just go with the Jets because I like them better. But actually, I could see the Giants taking this one because they're playing good.
I like the Jets better. Just plain and simple. Better story.
All right. You're the one who's playing from behind, buddy.
That is true. But I like the Jets more. Next,
All right.
we got...
Where'd the guy go?
He went home.
All right.
Jaguars visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Interesting matchup. Because, again, the Jaguars can be kind of bipolar. But then again, the Steelers, who the fuck knows what they are? I know it's the only thing that I know for sure is that it's going to be an ugly game. But
yeah, this has boring written all over it.
And since it's going to be a boring game, give me the Steelers at home.
All right, I'll do the Jaguars here.
Fair enough. I knew it.
No particular reason. I just
making a move.
I don't know. Gotta entertain myself somehow. This game is not going to be entertaining.
Away.
All right.
Next, we got the Eagles
Streakenders
visiting the Commanders. The Washington Commanders.
Washington has one game over them.
Washington almost beat them. Almost beat them when they played in Philly. So.
Oh, yeah, that was last year, yeah. Last year they broke their streak.
Last year they broke their streak, and this season they were pretty close. Can the Commanders...
But Washington's not playing good right now.
True. Give me the Eagles. Actually, it was your turn.
Course, yeah, I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, fair enough.
After this week, you're kidding me?
Home. Maybe it's a trap game, you know? They just beat the Dolphins. They're like, fuck the Commanders. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Los Angeles Rams. Let me see. The Cowboys had a bye week. So, will they come back better or worse? The Rams, like we said, they're a team on the edge. Since they're a team on the edge, I think the Cowboys have enough talent to actually beat them. And they should have gotten a few players back. You know, they're rested up. Give me the Cowboys. Give me them boys.
Okay.
Give me them boys.
You got the boys. All right. The Rams just lost to the Steelers. That's... Yeah, just because of the bye week, I guess I'll take the Cowboys. Why not?
Gotta pick the way.
Away. Yeah.
Next, we got the Green Bay Packers hosting the Minnesota Vikings. The Giant Killers. Eric, who do you like?
The king goes for me, sir. Not even because the Vikings. The Packers just stink.
Yeah, I agree. Packers, I think they may win 4 or 5 games in the entire season. So give me the Vikings.
What does God want?
That is a question, isn't it? Away.
Yeah.
He wants away. Next, we got the Titans, the Tennessee Titties, hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Interesting matchup. The Titans, they, again, kind of a bipolar team. You don't know what you're going to get. You can get...
Got a bye week?
Sure. Got a bye week. Last time
gotta mean something.
It definitely means something.
It means something.
Sure. Last time we saw them losing to the Ravens. Now, clearly, the Ravens are better than we thought. But the Falcons just beat... give me the Titans at home. Fuck it. I'm just going to keep with the same one. Whenever in doubt, I'm just going to go with home. I'm going home.
I'm going with the Titans because... fuck the Falcons.
Fair enough. God pick home.
I think that's going to be my tiebreaker if I ever have is it this team or this team? Fuck the Falcons.
All right, fair enough. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins hosting the New England Patriots. Eric, who do you like?
Do you have did you see the gif of Tyreek Hill doing the dolphin flop in the end zone?
Yeah.
When he scored a touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like me right now. I don't know what dolphins noise makes. Yeah, I'm taking the fins on this one. Wait, were you making a move?
I wanna, but I'm not that stupid.
Patriots coming off a big win.
I know that's the problem. That's the problem. They came off a big win at home, and the Dolphins off of a loss. So I'm not risking it. Not today, Satan. Not today. Also, the Dolphins kind of already whooped them earlier in this. Well, no, it was a close one. It was a close one. But it was close at home. This one is away. And so that humidity, you know, it gets to you. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins on this one.
All right.
Gus Becerra says, like, I sound like a dolphin in heat, but I sound like a dolphin. So there you go. God picked away.
All Dolphins are in heat. It's Miami. It's hot.
That is true. Next.
What did God go?
Away.
Yeah. Sure.
We got the Indianapolis Colts, hopefully with their super cool black helmets, hosting the New Orleans Saints. Now, let me just see really quickly with this whole thing about Richardson.
Oh, he's out for the season.
He's out for the season? Dude, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Minshew Mania versus Derek Carr. I think you go first, Derek.
I think Minshew Mania is going to go run wild on this Green Day wannabe
Reject
guy. Yeah, I'm going Minshew Mania on this one.
Damn it. This feels like one I could make a move, but I don't want to make a move on the Saints. The Saints suck.
Yeah.
They clearly not working with Derek Carr, and they're not even at home. Give me the Colts. I'm not risking it. Not today, Satan. Not today. Away. Got one away.
All right.
Next, we got the Carolina Panthers. Will they break their streak against the Houston Texans? They're hosting the Houston Texans. I like the Texans. Give me the Texans. They're feisty. They came off a bye week. Both of them came off a bye week, but I think they're good enough to beat the fucking Panthers at home. So
I think I'm good enough to beat the fucking Panthers.
just you. That's it. Nobody else.
Just me.
All right, fair enough. You know, it'd be a close game, but I think you can do it. So yeah, give me
if
the
I
Texans.
get the home field advantage, I can do it.
Let's see. Next. Oh wait.
But
wait,
where did God
wait.
go?
Home.
All right.
He's a mad lad. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks hosting the Cleveland Browns. Now, let's see very quickly what the Deshaun Watson situation is, because that's going to be kind of important. Doubt to return with the Browns.
Honestly, they're doing pretty good with Walker.
Let me see. Regretting. What is going on? Is they're talking about returning to the field or? Anyway, doesn't matter. We're not gonna get an answer to that today, clearly. So who do you like?
Browns?
Browns? I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Yeah.
Give me the Seahawks at home because I need
Honestly,
to make.
just because I like the Browns defense.
Sure, I need to. I need to make a move. So this feels close enough, and the Seahawks are at home. So away.
All right.
Gus Becerra says that Deshaun needs a massage. Next,
Not stepping
interesting
on
game.
that one.
One, maybe, of the most interesting matchups of the season. We got the San Francisco 49ers that are in the middle of a losing streak against the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a bye.
This had been literally 2 weeks ago. It would have been so easy.
Yeah, now, who knows?
They're mortal.
The 49ers, they're showing signs of weakness. The Bengals, the last time we saw them, it looked like they started to get their shit together. 49ers are at home. Bengals, you know what? Give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals.
Okay.
Bengals are coming off a bye. They had 2 weeks of watching teams beat the 49ers. If without those 2 weeks, if you did not watch, like freaking on a microscope, what the Browns did to beat the 49ers and what the Minnesota Vikings did to beat the 49ers, you don't deserve to fucking win. And you deserve to be kicked out of that division. So, there you go. Give me the Bengals.
Do I just completely not believe in the Niners anymore?
Maybe. Is Debo playing? Who knows?
I don't know. Bengals offense hasn't been that impressive either. I'm sticking with the Niners one more week.
One more week.
Will
they lose 3 in a row? Will they lose 3
3
in a
strikes,
row?
you're out. That's what I say.
All right.
Even if they play the Panthers, I'm picking the Niners.
Home. I think they already played the Panthers.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know. Next, we got the Denver Broncos visiting the Kansas City Chiefs. Wait,
all right.
No. They're hosting the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Do we even need to? Is this a conversation? Are we even having this conversation? We don't need to have this conversation, right?
Broncos are in a winning streak?
It's for the Chiefs.
I already put the Chiefs down for me.
All right, fine. Do the same for me. Chuck is saying the Broncos. All right.
I respect that.
Sure.
Home?
Die Hard? Away.
Away?
Yep.
Yeah,
Next,
sorry, Chuck. Not even God is on your side.
we got the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Arizona Cardinals. And fuck Jonathan Gannon. Give me the Ravens. Not
Have you
only are
ever
they playing good ball, but
this image
fuck.
right here is really funny. Have you ever seen the image of the horse, being drawn, but like half of it is like beautiful and super like,
Yeah.
stylized and shaded, and the other half is just like a shitty doodle?
Yeah, I've seen that with Game of Thrones. I've seen that.
Yeah, it looks like with these birds.
Yep.
Like the ravens like hardcore and tough, and then you got like this shitty bird.
Let me
Look at
tell you
that guy.
something. Let me tell
Look
you
at
something.
this. Look at this shitty bird.
Yeah, disgusting. Let me tell you something about this game. Let me tell you something. I'm going to share something with you. Some inside knowledge. My fantasy team. I got Andrews. I got Gus Edwards. I got Ingram for the running back, for the Cardinals. And I got the Ravens defense. So, I'm going to bench Ingram because, again, he didn't get any touches last week. If this fucking Sunday, the Cardinals defense stops Andrews and the running back Gus and Gus Edwards, and their offense has a fucking day with Ingram, I may stop my fucking head against the wall, and I may not stop. I may just start ramming it against the fucking wall, and I may not stop. It'd be the most infuriating thing ever. But don't worry, I won't kill myself. I'll take fucking Jonathan Gannon out with me first. All right, he's going down with me. But that's that would really suck. I don't think it's gonna happen because again, the Ravens D has been playing pretty good. They finally used Gus Edwards and Mark Andrews, who's always been pretty good. But yeah, that honestly that would be hysterical. It would be super funny, and I mean funny in the way that I'd be crying while I laugh. I'd be like, of course. That's just the way the season has been going for me.
All right, so I've sent you the link to the suicide hotline, and I picked the Ravens.
Fair enough. Check the link says, imagine Kansas City losing and Tay-Tay being there. Listen,
I keep trying to imagine it, and
I keep getting fucking pissed off. They show her on screen every single time Travis Kelce picks his fucking nose. I hate it. Who cares? There's a bunch of celebrities on every single stadium. They usually show them once, and then we move on with our fucking lives. It's the Tay-Tay train is getting old. It got old after week 1. Let's just move on.
It's a bunch of cultists, and it's weird.
It's like, why are we watching her reaction? She's not the offensive coordinator. She's not Patrick Mahomes. She's not free. Yeah, I think I see her on TV more than Andy Reid. Like, what the fuck is that?
I do find it funny how people say, like, Travis Kelce kind of owes, like, his fame to her or stuff like that. And it's like, do you fuckers not know that he's been, like, the most famous tight end of, like, the past 5 years?
Well, I mean, him and Gronkowski. No, but, dude, have you seen all the commercials Travis Kelce is on? All of them? Before he started dating her? Now, I'm not going to say he did not, go up in level because of it. But
yeah, of course.
To say that he wasn't one of the most famous people in the NFL before, it's kind of stupid. But anyway.
He was introduced to a brand new audience of people who just never...
Whatever, who gives a shit? I don't care about this topic anymore. Next.
Yeah.
We got the Chargers.
So you picked the Cardinals, right?
No, give me the Ravens. Oh.
What do you got picked? You got mad about Tay-Tay.
Home. We got the Los Angeles Chargers hosting the Chicago Bears.
Dario's picking the Bears.
I'm not picking the Bears. I'm not that stupid. But here's the thing. I'm not confident either. I'm not confident that I'm not that stupid either. So, Matt, listen. I want the Bears to win. I want them to win. It'll be one step closer to Brandon Staley getting fired.
Plus, that Bajan kid is good.
Sure. It's a nice story. What I would like is for them to just bench Herbert. Bench him. Let his finger heal. You know, it's clearly things aren't
that.
right.
He's my starter.
Then definitely bench him. Kick him off the team. Get him out of there. Get him out the building.
The hell's wrong with you? Bench Herbert, the guy on the Bears, the runner.
He's already on IR.
Good. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. This is a game that they should win. Because the Bears are one of the worser teams in the league. But that being said, the Chargers are one of the worser teams in the league. So they should win it. They're at home, but that doesn't mean shit. Good. Give me the Chargers. And
I'm just happy the Bears have won a couple of games now, so that, you know,
they're not as desperate.
No, like we're not gonna break their streak for them.
Listen, I want the Bears to win. I want them to win, and I already stated why. Every single loss, we're closer and closer to getting rid of Staley. Every single one. So I want the Bears to win. I don't see it happening though. But, you know, dare to dream.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers too, just because my boy Herbie
got picked away. Finally, on Monday Night Football, we got the Lions. Oh, wait, I got the wrong one.
You got the wrong one.
Whoops.
Bears are doing double duty?
Yes.
That's a super short week.
Exactly, man. They tough. You know, they grinded. We got the Lions hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. Not these dudes. Las Vegas. You know what? Fuck the Raiders. Who gives a shit? They're hosting the Las Vegas Raiders, who just got embarrassed by the Bears. The Lions just got embarrassed by the Ravens. So both teams should be kind of pissed off right now. However, one team is a good team and the other one isn't. So give me the Lions.
One of them got embarrassed by a good team and the other by a bad team. So
true. Give me the Lions. Let's not even have this conversation. Why are we even having this conversation? Give me the Lions. And let's see.
I still believe in MCDC.
First off, God picks home. Second, not a single drop, bitch. Not a single coin drop. Boom.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. Honestly, it feels nice. Things have not been going well for me, and so
at least you accomplished something.
It's about time something went my way. Jesus Christ, I've been on a bad streak. Anyway, that's it for today. I think. Anything else you want to mention? Anything else?
I think I'm good. Enough football for now because it's just been depressing.
Yeah, true. But you got something to promote, don't you? You got a show on Sunday?
Oh yeah, I'm playing at what's the place called? It's the Merc in Temecula. Me and my cousin were playing. We're called Opus Harmony. We're playing at 6 p.m. You know, gonna rock out. You know, for a. You know, I should know the name of the foundation.
Yeah, you
they
should.
do good stuff for like organ donors and stuff.
The Organ Foundation.
The Organ Foundation. Yes.
All right, yeah. So this is kind of what you said. Hey, we're having a show next Sunday. Stop by. It's for charity. It's going to be me and my cousin Opus Harmony at the Merc, Temecula. Stop by. Say hi. Make fun of my picks. We'll talk football.
Also, Dario's gonna be there.
I might. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I don't support organs. I'll probably
good. We're giving them away.
Oh yeah. No. I'll be there. Stop by. Don't make fun of how little I know about football. As always, comments, questions, suggestions, you can find me at Dario STW and at Super Dario World. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel. Really helps me out. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.